What's up, everyone? I'm Andrew Nolan. I'm a music producer and guitarist for the band A Somerset Parade. Welcome to the series called Songs of the Hyades, a look inside Carcosa, where I give you an inside look into the production and mix of each song on our recently released album, Carcosa. I produced this album, so I'm going to give you a ton of insight into how I wrote, edited, tracked, and mixed each song on the album, basically start to finish, showing you through all the Pro Tools sessions and all the different elements in each song. There's a ton of cool stuff on the album, so I'm really looking forward to actually showing everyone what's in there. Also, if you like what you see, hit me up, let's work together. All my details will be in the description below, on my socials, email, all that sort of stuff. Shoot us a message and let's work together. And without further ado, let's get stuck in. Hello everyone, welcome to another week of Songs of the Hyades, a look inside Carcosa. This week we have Beyond the Ropes. Now, what can I tell you about this song? This song almost didn't make it on the album. We had to kind of figure out what we wanted this song to be. First of all, this song came together. I guess it was a few ideas that kind of got slapped together, and we kind of figured it was, this is starting to sound like a pretty cool idea for a song. So we just kept kind of like duct taping bits and pieces together. There was some kind of old ideas that were joined with newer ideas. There were writing sessions where I just kept adding different melodies or different ideas without like really consolidating anything. So I just kept like adding and adding and adding and adding. And then when it came to actually like, okay, we need to finalize this song, it was a bit of a hot mess. There was stuff kind of everywhere, different melody ideas. The structure of the song was different. Originally, we didn't have like this intro first verse idea. Originally, it kind of came straight in with how verse 2 comes in, which is much faster, distorted guitars. So, yeah, we didn't feel... Well, I definitely didn't feel like it was a strong song at that point. I couldn't figure out what its identity was. I couldn't figure out exactly what the song was trying to be. And luckily, especially Dan, he really fought for this song and figured it out. And I am extremely happy with how it turned out now. And that's all because, Dan really had a vision for this song and he fought for it, and he definitely won me over. And it's amazing how just like a couple of little structure changes really fixed up like the identity for this song. And I'm really, really happy with how it turned out in the end. So, speaking of the structure, let's have a look. We have the intro, which includes this sound effect, which is from... There is a forest in Japan that this song was originally kind of and is based off of. I'll let Dan explain what that is. But we have like actual recordings, not stuff that we've done, we've found them on the internet, from this exact forest and put them into this song. I thought that was a really cool touch. So that's all this sort of stuff. Like all those birds and everything, that's from the actual forest. maybe like this wind stuff might have been from somewhere else, but I have a feeling it's from the same forest. Same throughout the song in the bridge. I reintroduced like those birds and everything, and the wind. Yeah, anyway, getting back to the intro of the song. Uh, yeah, so you have like these sound effects and a slow build up of the guitar. This was also something that I really struggled with, was how the song was going to begin. Um, yeah, it originally was a hot mess of like clean guitars kind of building up on top of each other and then dropping out, and yeah, it wasn't anything I was completely sold on or happy with at all. And luckily, yeah, we managed to refine it and simplify it to what it is now. God, yeah, this originally it was so busy. This is much better, trust me. Yeah, originally there was like these guitars and like some other sort of lead guitars. Yeah, it was. We didn't like it, but now we do. We love it. Cool. So that's the intro. The first verse. Yeah, as I said, originally the first verse was basically the same as the second verse. Like heavy, like just straight in, giddy up sort of thing. And having this stripped back version of the verse kind of ramps the song up. So it kind of gives you an on ramp into the song rather than like how it was is like this super clunky build up of it, just kind of felt slapped together, and then all of a sudden you're presented with this verse and like the song didn't build at all. It was just in and it had nowhere to go from there. Whereas this now really, yeah, gradually builds up the song. Plus it keeps the song dynamic and interesting throughout. I've got the vocals muted at the moment, so we're just focusing on the instrumental. Yeah, and having that more stripped back version uh, now kind of gives like all the clean guitars room to breathe and kind of be a character in the song, because they're in. I'm pretty sure they are in the second verse, but the distorted guitars are just so out in front that yeah, they don't have a time to or a chance to shine throughout the song. So this is cool that you get to actually hear them and hear those melodies. The bass guitar is less distorted or not distorted at all. Yeah, there's some weird errors in the bass at the moment. That isn't in the final mix, but and it's got a lot more groove in that first verse now. Cool. So yeah, that's. I mean, once again, drums are the same as all the other songs. Modern and Massive, huge bass, Euro bass. Once again, just switching between clean and distorted. Super clanky in like the choruses in the second verse. No sound effects in that verse. All these effects are just like the sub drop sort of stuff again. Yep. And then your rises and explosions. Yeah, same as the rest of the album. I might do this just section by section. Let's just go through each element section by section. Pretty sure there's no piano. Yeah, piano's only in the chorus. What do we got synth-wise? Alright, let's split this up into two sections. So you got the first half of the first verse. This is one of my favorite presets and virtual instruments. Kinetic Metal. It's in the Native Instruments pack, which is tinfoil phonograph. Very cool, sort of like almost like toy box sort of thing. Sounds very haunting. I love that sound. That's very cool. You can do all those tinkly little melodies with it. Has like this metallic, crappy sort of toy piano sound to it. And Analog Dreams, also Native Instruments. Very cool for those 80s inspired leads, pads, well, you name it. So yeah, I've just taken the same MIDI and just run it through a few different things to create my own combination. And then I've got a couple of massive instruments. All together. With the drums. Some bass. Yeah, sweet. And then the second half of the verse. Just gonna sing. Got some Serum and FM8. So it's mainly those two. It's like a call and response sort of situation. So that's your call and your response is with together. And I think that's all the synth for that verse part. What else have we got? I think it'll be like clean guitars. Let's have a look at these cleans. I'm pretty sure from memory, in the early writing stages of this song, like when it was first conceived, pretty sure it was these clean guitars which were the original basis for the song. Especially like these things down here. And like they're so poorly named that these would be like the actual original, just like stream of consciousness, like just quickly getting down ideas and like not bothering to label anything, just like create new track, record, create new track, record. Yeah, and I've just kind of left them, not renamed them or anything, just. Yeah, when we were writing the song, we didn't know the theme of the song or the concept or the lyrics or anything like that. But I guess the lyrics were chosen because of the music that was already written, and it's kind of got like this haunting sort of vibe to it, thanks to this sort of stuff. So I think the theme of this song will be like mysterious, haunting, ethereal, all those sort of things. That's what we'll kind of like, once we had that dialed in and kind of pinpointed, then we really started to focus a lot of tones and melodies and like synths and all that sort of stuff around that sort of idea and concept, which definitely helps, like once you have that figured out. Like that, to me, just makes you feel like you're standing out in the middle of a forest. Don't know why. It just does. Alright, let's go back to this first half of the verse. Some drums. Some synth. They work together. And as I said, like, there was so much stuff happening in this song that it really, I learnt a lot from being able to just, what's the saying, like kill your darlings or whatever it is, but you just have to be brutally honest and just like start deleting stuff that doesn't need to be there or doesn't serve the song. And like you have, I don't know, I just imagine it's kind of like a blank slate of marble or whatever, and you're just knocking big chunks out of it and just saying, nah, that doesn't need to be there, get rid of that. And when you're doing that, like, you're not entirely sure if you're doing the right thing, but you just have to, I don't know, trust the process, trust your taste as well, and just make decisions and just commit. All right. Okay, so the second half of the verse, we have got more cleans. This sort of guitar tone is really inspiring to me. Like, I love that thwacky, clean, like Fender type guitar tone with like tons of delay and reverb. That tickles my brain in all the right ways. Love that sort of stuff.
what's this one in the middle doing? Odd. Cool. Yeah, these are like archetype Gojira. These ones are STL Tone Hub. What do I got down here? Oh, the Slate guitar plugin, whatever that is. Same here and same there. Interesting. I don't think I've ever used those since. It's hilarious. Cool. So the second half of that verse. Super groovy. That's really fun. Like that a lot. Cool, so that's everything apart from what's the lead guitar doing? Just a bit of ambient guitar stuff. Cool. That's just in the second half of the verse. That's kind of just doing what he's... except just building a different chord. So yeah, there was so many different like ideas like that that didn't make the cut. Yeah, I just would just think of something and go, oh, that's cool, put that down. Oh, that's cool, put that down. So you can imagine how insane this got with just ideas. But those are really cool. I really dig those as like ambient sort of. Also just building a harmony, building some chords. Because yeah, I don't really know music theory like at all, really. All I know is like stuff that sounds cool to me, and so I just keep like adding things until, and that's how I kind of build. I guess they're like full like chords, not intentionally. It's just my ear and what I'm hearing. I'll just kind of just keep adding stuff until kind of sounds like it's interesting and cool and makes it feel alive. Sweet. All right, pre-chorus. That's just like the little build up to the chorus. It's kind of got the same synths as in here. Kind of just keeps carrying on. With like a riser. What else we got? Effects, so yeah, that'll just be a riser, more risers. What's the bass doing? Nothing. Alright. Cool. And drums are just drumming. Classic. Maybe guitars. Guitars, what are the guitars doing? These lead guitars. This these two lead guitars were written fairly early on in the piece as well, and that's why they continue throughout the chorus. Yeah, these, along with like these other clean guitars that I had, they were some of the original ideas for this song. Nice harmony there. And they just keep going throughout the chorus. I think that. Once again, like that haunting, ethereal. Cool. That's the lead in the chorus. Looks like in the second half of the chorus, our clean guitar reappears. Simple. Once again, yeah, very early concept stuff that kind of built the rest of the song. I love writing stuff like this with all this. But especially like these types of clean guitars. That's just how my kind of guitar writing brain works. Yeah. It's right up my alley. And they're just building harmonies, building melodies. And they come in, all this stuff comes in the second half of the chorus, so that the chorus lifts halfway through, so it doesn't just feel like a static chorus. Jangly. Alright. Might as well just keep working our way up. Alright, so this will be the first time any distorted guitars come into the song, into the fold. Combination of STL tonality and archetype Gojira. Very low mid focused. This will be a bit more upper mid. Just rounding out the tone there, but then I've also imported the alpha guitar tone to blend that in as well. And I've also got the octave down. That's cool. Yeah, so that's all of my Uh, rhythm guitars in the chorus. What else have I got? Let's jump up to synths. Close that up. Build in the second half of the chorus. It's actually not too crazy in the chorus there for synths. Just a couple of different ideas. Those sort of pad ideas. I've got a piano that I've reversed. Pretty sure this comes back in the bridge too. Yeah. Love a good reversed piano. Oh yeah, these are those little lead parts. Very delayed. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Yep. And then we've got for the second half of the chorus. Just a couple little serum instruments. Alright. Let's play the synths with the drums. That's always fun. Drums also change up to give them a lift in the second half. Sweet. Let's have a look. Alright, so this will be fun, this piano. So once again, I think I might have brought it up in a previous episode where we would map out the vocal melody on a MIDI piano, just to figure out like the main melody, which would then we'd be able to build like the harmonies and that sort of thing on top of it, and before we even started singing, we'd know if they even like worked together. So I really like this piano section in the chorus. Let's play them one at a time. So that's his main vocal melody. Might sound familiar. Then I've added in chords. I'm not sure if these were intended to be like woe sort of things, like just choir sort of stuff in the background. And then in the second half of the chorus, bit of flavor. And all together. Let's go back here. Yeah, really like that. That's really cool. That could be a song in itself. Let's play that with the drums. Yay, go computer. Anyway, you get the idea. I think that's like the sign of a good vocal melody as well. If it works on a piano and it sounds like really cool and you really dig it, it's more than likely going to translate well to the vocals. So map your melodies out on piano, and you'll thank me later. All right. What else we got in the chorus? Bass. Clanky clank. Alright, verse 2. So now that we've had a chance for the song to actually ramp up from this very stripped back intro where it's just woodland critters and that sort of thing, to your clean guitar, halftime sort of drums, then you hit the chorus and it's everyone's in, you got your distorted guitars, it's all happening, and then now this verse doesn't feel out of place, whereas having this at the start felt very out of place. But now, yep, we've had a chance to have an on-ramp, and we are all systems go. So it is essentially the same idea as the first verse, just double time drums, distorted guitars, compared to... Let's see what the synths and everything are doing in both sections. So this is verse 2. Go back to verse 1. It's exactly the same. Same. So all the synths are exactly the same in verse 1 and verse 2. Guitars will obviously be doing something different. Like the rhythms will be doing something completely different, but semi-confident, like the cleans and the leads will be doing a very similar thing. Alright, so that's the main difference. In the second verse, you don't have like these. Definitely not that. And that's just to kind of like clear up some muck, because there's a lot going on in that second verse. So we kept all the synths the same. The clean guitars were pretty similar. This lead dropped out. And then obviously like the drums, they've gone from this sort of vibe to and the bass is now pretty similar. We're just really digging in there. Cool. So that kind of covers the verse. The chorus will be exactly the same as the first one. So let's head over to this bridge transition. Ooh, timing. Cool. Alright, so this bridge section is basically two separate parts. In your first half, let's see. So I've brought back in like the woodland sort of sounds and the sound effects. Let's see if the effects are doing anything apart from just rising, exploding car crashes. It's all the same. Then introduces a beat in that second half. Would have just been from Machine, probably. Chill beat. So that's all the effects in that section. Go away. Is it piano? Oh. Alright, so in this second half, I was originally going to get Dan to sing these parts, but I just ended up leaving them as piano because I was really happy with how we got the bridge vocals to sound. But yeah, I didn't want to muck around with it too much after we figured that out. I was happy for these to just stay as piano. Cool. Synths. Let's go back here. T. So just doing what the guitar and bass is doing on these ones. Yep. And maybe this stuff will be like the pad. Nope. It's more guitar enhancing. Here's the pads. Just giving that ethereal vibe again. So there's piano again with the drums. Sorry, synth. I love that sort of 8-bit pixelated sort of synth sound. It sounds like that synth is just doing kind of what that piano was doing. Alright, that's in the chorus. Yep. So this second half of the bridge is kind of like your on-ramp into the chorus. So it has elements of the chorus in it, but it's just bridging the gap between your bridge and the final chorus. So yeah, there are little elements of the chorus in here just to kind of ramp them up. Yep, that all makes sense. What's this little fella? Yeah. Can't remember how I came up with that, but yeah, there he is. Does that only happen there? It does. Cool. Only happens once in the song. I think I came up with that little melody. I wanted Dan to sing it as like a whoa, whoa. But yeah, kept it as piano and then just added this little lead sound. What are the guitars doing in this bridge? Ugh. Main guitar. And then octave down. Guitar other. This would be like harmonies. This one might just be an addition. Yep. Alright, just extra guitars, same thing. What's this one? There's your harmony. But just simplified. just your lead in there. It's just these little scratchy guitars. Into that section. Oh, these are just going into that sort of vibe. I think there might be some cleans in here. Some not so cleans. More sort of like harmony things with the main guitar. Yeah, just building those harmonies, all those guitars together. So many guitars. And then, yeah, it just returns to that lead guitar. Build up into the chorus. Now, this last chorus will be mostly the same, except I'm pretty sure I've added one other synth. Because if you're going to have multiple choruses throughout the song, I feel like the last chorus needs to be like something that you want to return to on your next listen. So when you're listening to the song, you're anticipating that last chorus is like the big sort of like relief. Yeah, so if you have your other choruses be one thing and then your last chorus you just add like an extra element, it makes you more excited for the build up of that song. I feel that is definitely the case. So let's find that synth. I mean, I don't think this is anything crazy. It might be this because it's not in any of the other choruses. Yeah, all this sort of stuff just in the last chorus. Oop. So this is still in the bridge. Just quickly, sounds like the bass is doing something different there too. Should probably touch on that. Just in this section. So that is just... So that's just Euro bass running through a guitar amp with like a bunch of reverb and delay. Almost sounds like a distorted piano. Just a cool effect. Alright, getting back to what I was saying. Last chorus, different elements. So it's got like this rhythmic. And this is actually in the outro to the song. So this only happens in the last chorus. And that definitely kind of helps with the groove, kind of gets your head bopping. Some extra pads that aren't in any of the other choruses. this. Oh, and all of those synths together. Like if I mute those, let this play a little bit longer. There's my pads, giving it more epicness. Whereas if I play one of these other choruses, it's very, very stripped back. And you come over to this last chorus. Especially this section. This makes you want to go on a quest. Alright, let's add in some drums. So rad, gonna add in these pianos as well because that'll be cool. And all together. Yep. Big last chorus, and then that gave us the, I think that gave us the idea for the outro, or we already had the outro and can't remember which came which, but there are elements in this section now that inspired this outro. Let's see if we can just solo stuff. So just for this last section, alright, so these ones, contrabass, I've run through a guitar amp, archetype Gojira, to help out the guitars. Just a very percussive bass, run through some guitar amps to just really kick you in the guts. And these. Sci-fi. I think that's all what's happening there. What the guitar's doing. This is the outro of the song. It's basically taken from the intro and put on the end. With the Japanese woodland critters and the sound of rope, because Beyond the Ropes makes sense. Yeah, this is kind of creepy. I think I built this little sound effects section. Kind of hear someone walking around. Kind of moving around. And the sound of rope. Creepy. Yeah, I thought that was a nice touch. I think that's all the instrumental. Yeah, I think we can move on to some vocals now. Vocals. We have them. Let's hear them.
I came to follow you beyond the ropes, beyond this perfect view. I'm set adrift into the sea of trees. I see your ghost, I follow where it leads. The notes and the curses, the endless verses. The maps and charters left as markers.
Alright, verse. You got your main vocal.
I came to follow you beyond the ropes, beyond this perfect view.
You got your harmony. You got a lot of delay.
Follow you, perfect view. Sea of trees, ghost, where it leads.
Just kind of doing
The
the
endless verses.
accenting last line.
Follow you beyond
sort
the
of vibe.
ropes, beyond this perfect view.
All mapped out on the piano beforehand. So that's it for the first half. And the second half we have
The notes and the curses, the endless verses.
looks like a double.
The notes and the curses, the endless verses.
Yep. And then your harmony.
Leads, the endless verses.
Cool. Just got two different harmonies there. This one's doing.
Verses. Markers. Left as markers. Daughters. Left as markers.
Yeah, so just building the harmonies that I want.
Left as markers.
All figured out beforehand.
Verses left for living eyes.
That's just like the call answer sort of thing.
Markers by living eyes.
Lingers around for a while. Alright, yeah, it looks like that's all it's in. Oh, no, we lied. Woes. Gotta have your woes. So it's just a left and a right that I've even doubled. Yeah.
The maps and charters left as markers.
Sweet. Alright, chorus. So, as is typical for me, I do 3 versions of the main vocal, middle, left, right. So it'll be the exact same thing 3 times.
They watch me, they wait, they all try to break me. These remnants, they watch me, they watch
And I've got a crap ton of delay, so that it kind of just folds into itself and kind of fills in those gaps.
They watch me, they wait, they all try to break me.
So that works very well. And then this is same sort of thing, just 3 main vocals. So I've just got them on separate tracks because they overlapped each other.
These revenants, my breath is a roaring, the silence, the silence.
So that's your main vocal section there. Alright, so these 2 folders are just all vocal synth. So originally, yeah, this is what I had. So basically I just took the main vocal and ran it through a bunch of different vocal synths. Yeah, that was the original recording for like the demo sort of stuff as we're writing it, and I really liked that. And then I've gone to re-record it, but I didn't like it as much as the original. But we also changed the lyrics here, so I just cut this section out. You can't really notice it. So the new ones I don't like as much as the old one, but I kept it in there. So that sounds much smoother. So I just kept them all in there. So you have this really big vocal synth section.
They hunger and taunt me. They reason and haunt me. These revenants, my breath is a roaring.
Yeah, I wanted the section to sound like ghosts and revenants. So it's lots of weird, creepy, extra vocals in there to give it that sort of feel. I think that's the whole chorus. Alright, so that's pretty straightforward. Actually, it looks like the vocals on this whole song are very straightforward, which is a nice change. Yeah, so it just returns back to the verse.
Things you're not the one.
Same thing
Your
again.
skin like autumn leaves, but I don't mind. You're good at listening. We take our time. We take our time. The lost and damaged, shamed and savaged by the tragic ends. These lonely spirits drawing narrow with their vengeful ends. Tell me to follow.
The only harmony that I've really got is this one.
You beyond the ropes. Beyond the ropes.
Beyond the Ropes.
Follow you beyond the ropes.
Crazy tuned. And yeah, you got your woes in there as well. So yeah, very, very similar. And then rinse repeat on the chorus. And then it's just the bridge. So yeah, I mentioned this earlier. I was really happy with how this bridge vocal section came out. So what do we got? This will be your main vocal. Tons of delay. Delay is almost louder than the actual main vocal. Yeah, really long delay on that one. So yeah, it just keeps rolling into each other. Looks like I've just copied that main vocal. So this one, the main vocal has like a vocal synth on it. Must be pretty mild. And then down here we've got the Murder Melodies Slate plugin doing work. It's got like a tremolo to it a little bit. And like a lo-fi distortion sort of thing. And then these sections, what's this? Just little harmony sections. And then an octave down. Wow. This will be a harmony. And this will be more harmony stuff. Oh. Same here. It's just a harmony that I made using Melodyne. Just took his vocal and just manipulated it into my own melody. And all of those together. Cool. And where's that piano? We'll play that piano as well, because this is what I wanted. I was going to get Dan to sing as well, but I just left it as piano. Yeah. I think with those vocals and the amount of delay that's going on there, how it's just kind of like feeding back into itself. Yeah, definitely probably didn't need any more vocals for that section. Then I think the only other vocal is just this very last line. It's just taking one of these lines and copying it across. Oh yeah. So it's mostly that with a bit of this. Just taking that main vocal and running it through a spring reverb. So I think that is it. That is the whole song. Awesome. Well, there you go. There is Beyond the Ropes. As I mentioned, it was a song that almost didn't make the album, so I'm glad that we managed to figure it out and really stoked with how it all came out. Yeah, super happy. So hope you got something out of this. I'll catch you all next week. It is Mirror White next week, the 6th song on the album. That should be a fun one, but yeah. Until then, have a great week. Catch you then.